Welcome back, everyone. It's the top 4 of the TCG Masters here at the 2016 Arena Cup in Innsbruck. And for you guys, we have a very special top 4, actually. We have Philip against Alexander, or there could also be established tournament player who's already qualified for San Francisco's Worlds in 2016 against newcomer, his very first top 4 showing. Could also be Munich against Vienna, so it could also be Weißwurst against Sachertorte. Whatever you want to call it, it's going to be exciting because those decks don't match up that well against each other. We have a typical Night March deck being played by Philip at the bottom of your screen against a Mega Mewtwo variant. And I'm really excited to see that deck. It's going to be tough for Alexander because he has weakness working against him. But he's made it this far. He told me that this is his very first top 4 showing, so I'm going to be curious how he handles himself here.
Yeah, new players having a lot of potential this tournament. You have seen, also, of course, in the video game tournament, you had new players come very far, and also in the TCG, we had new players also come make good results. So
it's good for you to know, especially if you're a newcomer. It's not like the established tournament player is always going to win. Of course, there's always luck involved, but also sometimes you catch a good day or a bad day. You have good matchups, you have bad matchups. As we hear the judge calling time, 60 minutes, best of 3. Alexander starting with his Mewtwo and Philippe with
the Pumpkaboo.
Yeah, exactly. Night March.
So Night March, what is the interesting mechanic of Night March?
Night March has been an established deck for quite some time. Ever since it came out, it's meant to discard a lot of Night Marching Pokémon because the attack says you do X amount of damage times the amount of Night Marching Pokémon you have in the discard pile. So the amount of damage piles up, you might want to say. So this Pumpkaboo deals 20 damage times the number of Pokémon that have the attack Night March and are already in the discard pile.
So I guess the goal is to discard as fast as possible and have many Night March Pokemon in the discard pile?
That's exactly right. And to do that, you can see there was already a Lampent that is hitting the discard pile, so there's 1 for Philip. You know, there are 2 kind of Night March players. One that are actually putting the Pokemon aside so you can count them at any time during the game, and those who hide them in the discard pile, just like Philip does. I like the former better, but whatever works for you, I guess. Philip actually doesn't have that good of a hand here, as his hair is hiding his hand.
It's at least not that obvious to the opponent if you put them aside when he thinks about his place. And we see the Hyper Ball here.
Yeah, so Ultra Ball discarding another Lampent.
Ultra Ball. So what will he get?
There goes a Versus Seeker, and now he's looking through his deck. Every time a Night Marcher has the opportunity to walk through his deck, he's counting numerous amounts of cards, especially the Night Marchers. What is my maximum damage output? But especially against Mewtwo, he doesn't need all that much, actually, because he's going to take another Pumpkaboo just because he's going to be able, even if that one is knocked out, he's going to be able to continue attacking for weakness. And weakness deals twice the damage, so he doesn't even need that many Night Marches in the discard pile. Philip told me before the match he's a little bit nervous because he's the big favorite to win this, but I don't think he has to be nervous. He's doing a great job here in this first term. He's getting set up. It's going to be tough for Alexander to keep up with the prize exchange. He's giving up 2 prize cards, but Philip always is only giving up 1.
Yeah, but of course Philip's Pokemon very fragile. Pumpkaboo with only 60 HP. So it would be interesting to know how much damage the Night March does at the moment.
So currently I think he has 2 or 3 Pokemon with Night March in his discard pile, so that would be 60, that would be 120. So 2 more Pokemon and he's already knocking out Mewtwo, which is very easily to be accomplished if he draws a Battle Compressor, and he hasn't drawn one yet. He's probably going to play 4 of them, and he does. So it should be an easy knockout for Philip next turn.
So I see a Lampent, 4 Lampents in the deck of Philip, but no pre-evolution of that.
Exactly, because Lampen is only there to be hit into the discard pile. It knows the attack Night March, hence it's enhancing Pumpkaboo's and Joltik's attack. So his only goal is to be hit with the discard pile. So there's a battle compressor. I mean, Philip is probably wishing he'd draw one of those, but now Alexander does. Alexander says he's a newcomer. He does so himself. I'm really curious to see how he understands this game mechanic and how he's actually able to bounce back against a very, very unfavorable matchup. I wonder if Alexander has met any night marching decks before in this tournament and how he did against them. He made it to the top 4, so he certainly knows what he's doing.
Absolutely. And what is he fishing here right now for?
Now he was looking for Hoopa EX, allowing him to get free Pokemon EX from his deck. All of these cards are weak against Psychic, so that's really an invitation for Philippe to deal knockouts every single turn. And if everything goes well, I think Philippe is going to be able to finish this one up in the first in the coming next 3 turns.
So does Alexander have any way to deal with the double energy so he can maybe prevent the attacks?
Well, he does not play the card actually that is erasing your weakness. There's a Pokemon tool that allows you to do so. He's not playing it. So there's no way of him preventing Philip from doing what he's going to do next turn, and that is knocking out that Mewtwo. I think this could be a rather quick match, to be honest. If there isn't anything that he has in mind, a game plan that he's following that could enable him to beat Philip. He passes, so that's not good. Philip is looking for the battle compressor. He's not getting it, but he's getting a bicycle. Probably going to play that right now. Looking through Alexander's deck list, I don't find anything that can help him here, to be honest.
So very unfavorable matchup overall, right?
Unfortunately, yes. So I haven't seen the 2 cards that the bicycle was able to draw. Oh, there it is, Battle Compressor, that's it. That seals the knockout on the Mewtwo. There goes the Lampent, maybe another Joltik. Oh, he has 3 in there, that's 4. So that deals 80, makes it 160, that's already 200. So 5 Night Marches, he doesn't need more than that. He could stop right there actually and could discard something else. He decides to go with Joltik anyway. So even without damage, that's 240. And it would also be able to knock out the Shaman, even without Joltik and the Lightning weakness. So not going well for Alexander. Alexander really has to hope for game number 2 and maybe a very slow start on Philip's side.
Yeah, absolutely. Bad luck on cards is always a thing you can hope for, of course. And I think the
but
main
it should
force...
be the strategy.
Yeah, but if you have a bad matchup, you have to take everything you can get. And really the hugest threat is the Pumpkaboo in
I agree.
this deck. I don't think the Joltik can do too much, even if you play it. So...
He's playing the Time Puzzle. Time Puzzle is usually there to be played twice at once. That would be enabling you to take 2 cards from your discard pile. If you only play 1 at a time, you're looking at the first 3 cards of your deck and put them back at any order. Yeah, and Mewtwo is knocked out. This Mewtwo becoming active is going to be knocked out next turn as well. Even if it becomes a Mega Mewtwo. And there it is, Mega Mewtwo Y. It is also fragile against psychic attacks, and Philippe has well thought ahead. He has enough Pokemon in his discard pile to deal a 1-hit knockout. Even if now that means that Mega Mewtwo is able to knock out one of these Pumpkaboos.
Yeah, and he does not absolutely have no way to fight back the second Pumpkaboo then.
There's no way he can respond now.
So Alexander trying to fish for anything that could help him, but I think he knows himself that there is not much he can do in this position.
You know, there's always a fine line between if you know you have a bad matchup and a bad matchup is actually part of a meta game, you have two ways of dealing with it. One is you could decide that this is just a bad matchup and you have to live with the fact that this is probably going to be a loss in 90% of the time, or you're actually trying to splash in some cards, maybe only one or two, that help you against particular matchups, but in return will slow down your deck because these two cards are only meant to be for that certain bad matchup.
So what is effective to play against the Night March strategy?
So against those Night Marchers, for example, these pesty Pumpkaboos, I really don't know if there's any effective mean for Alexander to fight back. For example, Baby Eviltal, of course, with only one Darkness Energy, accelerates energy on your side, but at the same time knocks out the Pumpkaboo in one hit and only gives up one prize card. So that would be a card you could think about. However, this deck is not playing any Darkness Energy, and it doesn't really need this kind of energy acceleration with Darkness Energy, so it's not playing in his hands in his favor that well. You might think about it, but it will slow down his deck against other matchups, and this way he probably would never have made it to top 4 if he went this way. Philip for a second thought that Alexander was scooping because he picked up his prize cards, but he's only playing town map. So Philip just dodged the bullet there, because if he picked up his prize cards right there, he might have gotten a warning or even a game loss right there. So good on him. Be patient, Philip. You got this one.
Town map seems interesting. It doesn't actually do anything, only giving you information. You think it's worth it?
Especially if you play very crucial cards. Yeah, there's the handshake. Well done, Philippe. If you play very crucial cards that, if they are in your prize cards, you just need to pick them up immediately. If you only have them in limited numbers, then town map is the right thing to go with. It's also very good in decks that draw early prize cards, because it allows you to pick prize cards that will help you keep up that speed. But it's usually one of the cards that finds itself being shut out of the deck as soon as you notice that you need more other cards to get into your deck. It's one of the cards that, like the typical suspects, that just get out of the deck as soon as you realize there's another deck I need to play urgently.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, I like to play it. A lot of Night Marchers are actually playing town map as well, just because you need those double colorless energies. You need those Night Marchers as soon as possible, so that once you draw any prize cards, you can pick them up out of the prizes and get them to play immediately. So you're kind of taking away the gamble out of drawing prize cards.
All right.
Now at this point, usually we would be saying something like, you know, Alexander can now focus on doing X, Y, Z, or Philip has to watch out because Alexander is going to change his strategy. But to be honest, it's going to be very tough for Alexander. And if Philip doesn't have a very, very bad start,
Has to hope that there are no Pumpkaboos on the field.
no Pumpkaboos, no Joltix with a lot of Night Marchers, no battle compressors, no supporters, and there's a lot of cards that have to be
That is true, unfortunately,
avoided.
for him.
You know, this deck, the Mega Mewtwo, actually is a very nice deck, and I like to play against it a lot, especially if you are up against a big Pokemon EX. Because of Mega Mewtwo's ability to scale up damage to very high amounts, you can one-shot even the biggest Pokemon EX. And on the other hand, the Mewtwo EX is actually able to swap the amount of damage it has on it with the opposing active Pokemon. So if it has 160 damage, you attack with that attack, and then you swap that damage and knock out the other Pokemon, and you're healed. That's just amazing. That's just one amazing attack, and I would love to see that in action, but unfortunately, look at this. 2 Pumpkaboos he would love to avoid.
Yeah, really difficult start for Alexander here. Really a good start for Philip.
And also Alexander decided to go first. There's nothing wrong with that. I think playing first is a big advantage, but that means that Philip is probably going to shut down this match in 3 turns. Last time he took 4, but I think this time it's only going to take 3. If he finds Dimension Valley, double colorless energy, 1 the battle compressor, a little bit Sycamore here and there. Not too tough. Maybe Alexander could think about playing a judge and hope for a very bad hand on Philippe's side. I think that's what I would go for. You just have to take those risks right now.
He going for the Ultra Ball first.
I think it's again the Hooper EX, but you know, he's going to spam some Mewtwo EX, which is fine. Nice and shiny.
Any advantage of having multiple Mewtwo's in hand?
Well, he needs to evolve them into Mega Mewtwo because they are able to knock out those Pumpkaboos with double colorless energy. That's what he needs. Mewtwo EX is easily knocked out, so he searched for 1 Mewtwo EX. No, 2 actually.
2 and the Mega.
And 1 Mega. Yep, I think that's a good move. Shaman, there's no harm in putting down Shaman because he knows he has many other targets that Philip can pick up easily, so no harm in putting down a Shaman EX. Floatstone to the Hooper. Trainer's Mail, there's the Town Map. Town Map will reveal all his 6 prize cards. Look at Philip, he's like nervous. He's like, what you doing, man? Get over with it, bruh. We know I'm winning this, man. Yeah, he doesn't even bother shuffling Alexander's deck. Maybe he has a pizza coming up, I don't know. Maybe he's waiting for his pizza to arrive and he's saying, you know, I'm going to play this final match. I don't want to have no cold pizza.
Well, you shouldn't go into your final match hungry, I guess.
But here's the judge. That's a good play. That's the right play. And he has to hope that Philippe is drawing garbage. Like literally garbage.
Yeah, double colorless energy could seal this up pretty fast, especially if he has some discard going on.
And he also needs that Dimension Valley, so from 4 cards, if he doesn't have a supporter, this might actually slow down Philip.
So let's see what he gets.
Time puzzle. Oh, that's actually huge!
So what did he get here?
Oh, there's only 2 Lampens, a Dimension Valley, and another card that he doesn't need. That's Time Puzzle. Time Puzzle can get him out of harm's way for the next turn, but I think he can't do anything this turn. Yeah, Time Puzzle, there it is. Oh, and he gets the Sycamore. Yeah, he puts it right at the top. So he loses 1 turn. And this is maybe the little hope, the little silver lining that Alexander needed to get back. Philip has to pass. There's nothing Philip can do. Yeah, pass.
So does the Mewtwo can get aggressive now?
He's going for the Mega Evolution. Alexander realizes now, wow, this is my chance. Let me Mega Evolve that Mewtwo real quick. Let me show you what my deck is about here. And another Mega Evolution. This could be more interesting now, and all of a sudden, Philippe doesn't look too good. Of course, with the Sycamore, he will be discarding 2 Lampens, so he also has a Dimension Valley, so all he needs is double colorless to knock out that Mewtwo and a couple of more Night Marchers. So Battle Compressor is what he wants to see to get rid of that Mega Mewtwo. The judge was discussing something. Oh, I don't see. Oh, yeah, there's Trainer's Mail. His hope.
Yeah, he forgot to draw his prize card, yeah.
Oh.
So that was the judge call.
Yeah, see, he's now that nervous. He realized there is a chance. He forgets the basics sometimes. It happens.
Yeah.
It happens to the best of us.
Yeah,
so 3 Night Marchers and no
especially
way
if
to get
you're
any more.
Especially if you're hyped up now, because you see you have actually a chance to win this game, maybe. But
now Philippe has a decision to make. He is using Ultra Ball, but for what? Is he going to get another Night Marcher, or is he going with a Shaman EX? Putting down a Shaman EX opens door up for Alexander to finally draw 2 prize cards at the same time. But I think Philip knows he needs some acceleration right now. He might be out of Pumpkaboos very soon. And Pumpkaboo is the only Pokemon that can hit those Mega Mewtwo's for super effective damage. As a double colorless, I haven't seen what he got. It was a Joltik. And there's Shaman, yeah. I think he got that Shaman off the Ultra Ball. A Town Map. He's also playing Town Map. Hex Maniac won't do him any good. He does not get to discard any more Night Marchers, and that means the Mega Mewtwo is here to stay. Probably one more turn. Now let's see.
So opening up his prizes.
We can't
Do
see
we have the Night
all of them.
Marchers there?
I see one Night Marcher at the left, but I can't see it for sure. What's left of the Trainer's Mail? Oh, and he draws the Battle Compressor. It's so important. That's so huge. And Alexander is like soul crushed. He's like, oh no. I thought my Mega Mewtwo was going to hang on for one more round, but now this is not looking too good. There are 6 Night Marchers discarded. That means 120 damage. That means 240 damage because of weakness. And that will knock out the Mega Mewtwo in return.
Yeah, huge.
Huge break for Philipp.
Yeah. So any way that Alexander can save himself out of this misery now? Or is Philipp sealing the second game right now?
It's not looking too bad. I don't know what's left of the Trainer's Mail, to be honest. If it's a Pumpkaboo, Philipp can now draw a Pumpkaboo out of the prize cards. But if not, it looks like Alexander can knock out a Pumpkaboo. And then it's going to be tough for Philipp to promote another Pumpkaboo immediately. I don't know what he drew. Ultra Ball, probably for a Pumpkaboo. If he can knock out that Pumpkaboo that is currently active, that means Philipp does not have an answer that involves an attack for weakness. And that might mean that the other Mega Mewtwo might be staying at least for one more attack.
Yeah, Joltik's Night March would need double as much Night Marchers in the discard pile.
Alexander wanted to play the Mega Turbo, but he couldn't play it because there was no Psychic, no Basic Energy in the discard pile. The ruling says that if you can't carry out the effect that is on the card, you can't play that card, so he was able to pick it up again. Now he can play it because the Psychic Energy is back. I think he also has a double colorless in hand.
So putting out another Mewtwo X there.
There's the Mega Turbo. Yeah, now he's allowed to play it, but I would not play it there, to be honest. I would not attach it here. He has a double colorless. He's going to attach it to the Mewtwo to be able to attack the Pumpkaboo. Oh well. Let's see if it matters. Now he can take the Professor Sycamore, and he does. And now Philipp has a decision to make. Do I promote my Joltik or a Shaman, attack with Shaman, I get it back to my hand, and maybe promote my Joltik then, saving my double colorless energy in the process, and then attach it to another Pumpkaboo once I find it. So, a couple of decisions to make here for Philipp, but he has plenty of double colorless energies left, but I don't see a Pumpkaboo.
Well, he
I don't see Pumpkaboo. Where are all the Pumpkaboos?
He can see his...
There's one. There was one.
Yeah.
I didn't see it. And there's a second. For a second, I thought, like, whoa, we know his prize cards.
He would know if there are Pumpkaboos in the prize cards.
Yeah, and he has an Ultra Ball in hand, so he can put one Pumpkaboo down. But we have seen Alexander actually has a Lysander in hand. With this Lysander, he can bring up Philipp's Pumpkaboo. If Philipp can only bench one Pumpkaboo, that could be huge for Alexander.
Yeah, absolutely. But he has ways to get also a second one in hand, right?
He only has one Ultra Ball, I think.
So this game already much...
I think he just played the Ultra Ball, or was it still the Battle Compressor? I don't know. Is the Pumpkaboo now in discard pile? No.
No, I don't think so.
It is in the discard pile.
It is? Why would you discard the Pumpkaboo?
Wow. He's now playing Junior Senior, enabling him to choose any two cards from his deck and put them into his hand. Certainly one of the Pumpkaboos is going to be among them. You can't see his hand, but I'm pretty sure.
But he has to anticipate the Lysander, right?
There's the Ultra Ball. Wow, this is puzzling now. This is crucial.
He must know he needs both Pumpkaboos here.
This is crucial. Does he play any cards that allows him to either shuffle them back or revive them? I don't think so. No, he doesn't. Oh, Puzzle of Time, of course. Yeah, with Puzzle of Time, he could retrieve those Pumpkaboos. He needs 2 of them, and he's getting it active. He got the float stone, and he's able to attack even this turn. So this is huge, huge turn for Philip. Well, very well done, very well done.
With Mega Mewtwo Y gone,
it's going to be gone. The risk is if Alexander is able to deal the return knockout, then what? There's going to be still the Joltik, and that deals a lot of damage as well. Maybe even enough. That might even be enough. I think Philip did a great job assessing the situation here, and maybe even the amount of Night Marchers could be enough for Joltik to deal a knockout on Shaman for sure, but maybe even on Hoopa EX. If he has a Lysander in hand, we can't see his hand right now, this could be Alexander's last turn. He's evolving again. He's doing a great job. Look at the Mega Mewtwo's he's getting out. The number one objection I hear about Mega Mewtwo decks is that they are not consistent enough. But Alexander has shown turn after turn after turn again that he's able to Mega evolve his Mewtwo EX. And I think this is the 3rd Mega Mewtwo we're seeing even in this match. And it's turn number 4 for Alexander, I think.
Yeah.
Just amazing.
So no problems getting his the cards he needs into his hand. But is this we see the Pumpkaboo
Philip is
KO.
promoting the Shaman with Floatstone, so he doesn't have an immediate answer. He still has to think about it. Does he get a Lysander though? No. I think he's going with the time puzzle now. I think he's going to go with 2 time puzzle and getting out some Pumpkaboos. Maybe.
Well, he
Oh,
needs
it's
them.
double colors and there it is. Yeah, Joltik is able to seal the match. That's how Philip does it. An unlikely finish with that Joltik. I was expecting him to deal that damage with the Pumpkaboo. When he was discarding it, I was like, wow, he's really going all in on that Joltik. I was expecting him maybe to use Lysander, but he didn't have the double colorless in hand just yet, and he had enough Night Marchers to deal the KO, drawing another 2 prize cards, sealing the game. So, Philip, you can be relieved right now. You did not crack under pressure. You held up your favorite, how do you say? You've been the favorite coming into this match, and you went out of it as the winner. You're progressing now to the finals of the Arena Cup 2016, but you have to give it to Alexander. His very first top 4 finish, and an amazing deck you've played, Alexander. Very well done.
Of course, and now we are expecting a very good finale, seeing the Night March deck again.
Looking forward to that finale. Let's see what kind of opponent Philip will be facing, and we'll be finding out very soon who's going to be the winner of this 2016 Arena Cup in Innsbruck. So, see you soon.
Stay tuned.